I just got my copy of The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. It's her memoir. It's much shorter than I anticipated, so I think I'm gonna get through this pretty fairly quickly. And yeah, I'm just about to start this right now, so let's see how it goes. Okay, my camera is flashing, but I just read the first chapter and I'm already feeling sad because, as you can tell, her family story is all full of tragedy and like abuse and stuff. And so I don't know why. I think it's because I just finished Julia Fox's memoir and the last few chapters were so fucking sad that I cried my eyes out this morning, that I feel like I'm mentally unwell to continue this book, this memoir, but I will continue regardless because I can't wait to, read more and discover more about Britney. Hi from my car. Hi. If I'm high energy, you know why. I'm about to quit coffee again for like 2 months and then slowly have just like 1 cup of coffee every few days, not every day, because not that good for you every day, the amount that I've been drinking. So so we're gonna read Britney Spears' memoir. I'm gonna update you. The goal is to finish her memoir. There's a squirrel. Okay. And I'll update you as I go along. The fact that she's such a sweetheart and like being so nice about the whole situation, when I hope she knows that like we have her back, because I don't know, this whole thing is like, it's insane because she's finally sharing her story, and and she's just being nice about it all. Like, the world turned against her. People turned against her. People belittled her and abused her and used her. And all she wanted to do was dance and sing and perform. And, she had this like deep family trauma, and there's this one thing that makes her feel good about herself and happy about herself, and it got completely destroyed and ruined and crashed and burned at such a young age. It just made it to the section where she talks about how she was so in love with Justin Timberlake and how she knew he was cheating on her, and how she wanted to have their child when she found out she was pregnant, and he made her have an abortion. And this whole chapter is freaking crazy. my notes are just like, what the hell, what the fuck. And it gets worse. And like, she's in pain, and she will always remember that pain. And then he breaks up with her, and then he makes Cry Me a River and paints her as like this cheating, devilish woman when he's the one, so he's projecting, and it's freaking insane. Yeah, I'm not ready.
I feel like I spent the majority of my time reading this book in the car, but accurate. And the reason why I can't read this book is because I get so angry at how Miss Britney Spears was treated by Justin Timberlake and the media and everyone, basically. But yeah, I'm about 17 chapters in. They broke up. Cry Me a River came out. And I'm just so mad. But I just like witnessed the iconic moment between Britney and Madonna. And icon. Both of them, icon. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm here to finish my final thoughts on The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. And I was writing down my review on my notebook. And I kid you not, I had to take a moment and stop because I get so teary-eyed and get so sad thinking about her life. And I don't know what's with me with memoirs. They always get to me. They always get to me. It's like, ugh, so fucking sensitive. Anyways, so this took me 2 months to read. 2 months. And I would read a little bit every week because I was so angry and I would get so teary-eyed. So yeah, I loved it. Obviously, I support her 110%. I just want her to be happy and free, even if that means that us as individuals, as her fans, we don't get anything from her anymore. I don't care. I just want this woman to be happy and free. Honestly, I'm getting so emotional right now. Holy shit. Anyways, you know when she said like, my loneliness is killing me? It just takes on a new turn completely. This woman has been surrounded, photographed in the public eye since she was a kid, yet she's like one of the most loneliest person in the world if you think about it, because of everything she suffered through behind closed doors and also in the public eye. And it's just so freaking sad. Like, I'm just so happy that she's no longer in that 13-year conservatorship with her father, because what the fuck? Like, they abused her, they locked her up, they literally stripped her away from her womanhood, of her choices in life. They've ridiculed her, her body, her appearance, her choices, her parenting, everything. She lost basically everything, and everything was taken away from her, and including her creativity, including her joy of performing to a certain extent. The whole thing is just so tragic, and I'm just so glad that she finally got her freedom and her voice, and I just hope that she's healing. I hope that she's well, and I know that she knows that her fans are really there to look after her and to support her and to, like, you know, give her all the love that she deserves. And I'm just so glad that we got this book out of her. I'm glad that we all got to see what's really going on, what really has been happening. And I feel like, although she like confessed a lot in this, I feel like she was so nice and polite still, and just so like, yes, she let her emotions show and she let her own vulnerability show through these pages, but I feel like we still have that, you know, layer of like, what is going on still, like what is happening, you know. And I don't think she owes us that. Honestly, I don't think she owes anyone anything at this point. But I just hope that no matter what, she is well and she is happy and she is free. Because wow, that was fucked up. I'm gonna share 2 of my favorite quotes. The first one is at the beginning of the book, and it says, I wanted to hide, but I also wanted to be seen. And just the fact of starting that book with that line when she was younger, how she wanted to be seen, but she also wanted to hide because of her family situation and because of how she felt in the family, it's just crazy, because that's literally how her whole life unfolds. And it's so relatable, and it's so scary, and it's so traumatizing. I feel like she was both the scapegoat
and the black sheep of the family. And it's just insane to me how they took everything from her. Her own family stripped her away of her own rights, of her own freedom, of everything she's done, all the money she's made. They've literally profited off her back for 13 years and even more. It's so fucking insane and inhumane. I literally don't blame her if she never forgives her family again. I feel like they deserve jail time, honestly speaking, because that's so messed up. It's beyond messed up. It really comes to show how family trauma and how the family you grew up with can really like shift and damper your life, and it's just insane. And I'm just so glad she got to share that with us. And then the second quote is this one about her womanhood and about her, you know, being stripped away of everything. And it's on page 194 to 195. It says here, "In some ways they turned me into a teenager again. In other ways I was a girl, but sometimes I just felt like a trapped adult woman who was pissed off all the time. This is what's hard to explain, how quickly I could vacillate between being a little girl and being a teenager and being a woman because of the way they had robbed me of my freedom. There was no way to behave like an adult, since they wouldn't treat me like an adult, so I would regress and act like a little girl. But then my adult self would step back in, only my world didn't allow me to be an adult. The woman in me was pushed down for a long time. They wanted me to be wild on stage the way they told me to be, and to be a robot the rest of the time. I felt like I was being deprived of those good secrets of life, those fundamental supposed sins of indulgence and adventure that makes us human. They wanted to take away that specialness and keep everything as rote as possible. It was death to my creativity as an artist." I honestly am speechless. I don't have anything else to say. I'm still processing. I'm going to be processing, but I highly recommend everyone to pick this up, to support her, to read this. It's just one of the best memoirs I have ever read. This one and Julia Fox's memoir that I read this year, and I just highly, highly recommend it. So let me know your thoughts on this memoir or any other memoir you read this year, and I would love to chat with you down below. Sorry I was so emotional, but I am very emotional and sensitive, especially when it comes to trauma, childhood trauma, and, you know, being like stripped away of your rights and freedom and your creativity. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you are having a great new year, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!